Well, happy 4th of July, everyone. I wanted to talk about how the founding of our nation really demonstrates the fundamental nature, the primacy of politics. And as my blog post I wrote a few, minutes ago or about an hour ago stated, I mean, the United States now is in a position of so much wealth, influence, power, and this is a result of our remarkable political system and generations of patriotism. But I'm going to go in a little bit more depth because I can with the video format. Obviously, first of all, with the Declaration of Independence, the idea of a government being by the people, for the people, of the people, a very revolutionary concept to put it in paper and to be pledged to this ideal and fight for it and die for it, as many people did. And then the thing that really, though, completed the revolution was the Constitution. I mean, you had in the Constitutional Convention, you had 3 months just these unbelievably learned people hammering out how our government should be constructed. And then you had another group of patriots, the anti-federalists, who saw flaws in the Constitution and then countered the Constitution with, hey, we need a Bill of Rights. So I mean, you have the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all these things coming together, and it allows you to organize yourself in a way where it's produced so many great things. And I mean, when there was tests to the Constitution, tests to the Bill of Rights, you had the Civil War was the greatest test I think this nation has faced, obviously internally. And Abraham Lincoln, he thought it was unconstitutional for the South to secede, and the whole Civil War was about slavery and about the primacy of the Constitution, and ultimately allegiance to the Constitution won out. And as I mentioned in the blog as well, of course there were flaws and errors made by the founders and other generations of Americans. But the unbelievable thing about the Constitution is it's as a living document. You can while keeping its core principles intact, you can modify it, amend it to better reflect the times it's in, or do changes in values. It's not a document where this is how it is and that's it. And I believe that the combination of these unbelievable documents, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration, patriots like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, all the names that you're familiar with. These two combinations have produced a society which is so productive. I mean, as I state in the blog, can you imagine, political instability, true political instability? Of course, there's going to be demonstrations and people agitated, as there were in the 1960s and the Occupy movement a few years ago, but during the time of our nation's existence of 240 years, there have been, countries like France have had 5 republics. Germany, went through several different regime changes. Obviously, there's former colonies in Africa and Asia which are really struggling to politically organize themselves. And during this whole time, America has been remarkably stable. It's produced, an unbelievable culture that's, emulated throughout the world. It's produced, the wealth, the resources. And there's so many things we take for granted because our political system is so well designed. So I just want you to think about this on this day. I really appreciate any views I get. Offer any criticism, or in the comments below. And feel free to share the video if you found it was useful. Again, basically, I think that the America's success, its position as a great power, its high standard of living, is made possible by the unbelievable documents, Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights, all the other amendments, and generations of patriotism. I mean, without our political system as it is, we wouldn't enjoy this great, life that we have. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the blog, this video, and I hope you enjoy your 4th. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.